Welcome back to Entropia. This is Sturge with episode 20 of Profitable Mining in the Entropia universe. And I'm going to keep covering claim sizes because I didn't cover in the last video what an actual claim size looks like with different finders. I'm going to use 3 different finders today to show you what you should expect from a claim size and explain kind of why that works the way it does. I don't think it's all really well known, specifically the multipliers, and MindArc sort of haven't given the details, so we kind of have to set the stage and build from what we have and what we know to where we think things are going to go. But that's the plan. I'm also setting the stage for mining finder amplifiers, and so being able to look at the base multiplier for ore and end matter is the plan. So let's do it. So let's take a look at some of the finders. The Initiates finder, which is the TT finder here on planet Cyrene, it has a decay of 0.239 pec. That you can't find that on the wiki for some reason. This one is not included on the wiki, but as all TT finders, it has the same decay. Then we have the F105 finder that has a decay of 2.05 pec. And the TerraMaster 4, which has 3.72 pec in decay. So these are the 3 finders I'm going to use, and then I'm going to show you how from the Initiates finder to the TerraMaster 4 there's an increase in claim size, and that progression is pretty normal and standard, and then it caps out at a certain point. So let's get started with the Initiates finder. I do double drops, just so we can speed things up. Hopefully we'll get a double hit as well. I'm going to keep doing all of this mining in the pretty much the same, well, it's all going to be the same area here. It's I'm going to move around a little bit, but the resources that we'll find here are not specific to planet Cyrene. I'm doing that for a reason. I don't want to, there we go, I got a double hit. I don't want to get into that conundrum of how does the finder that you're using affect the resource that you find. And I think that it does, but I'm just going for universal ores and end matters in an area on Cyrene where you can find Listerium, and then of course we're finding Tipanolixene and that kind of thing. So here we go, we got 2 finds. Let's analyze these. So our ore drop was 2 probes, which is 10 pec, and we got a tiny from that. And our end matter was 1 probe drop, and we got a minimal, which is the smallest one, and that was a 5 pec drop. So we can dig these 2 up and then see what the actual amount is for those 2 claims. So we can see for the Listerium here, we got 32 pec of Listerium stone, and for the Tipanolixene, we got 15 pec of that end matter. So the drop for Listerium, like I said, was 10 pec, so that's a multiplier of 3 plus some change, probably a little bit of finder decay in there, and you can see it. That's great. And then it's also a multiplier of 3 for the Tipanolixene because that was a 5 pec drop, so 3 times 5 is 15, right? So I think that's pretty normal. With the Initiates finder, I think those are standard. You're going to see something in that range. But every once in a while, you will see the minimum for an end matter drop, which is 5 pec, and I've seen that quite a bit. So the one find, the minimal is from 5 pec to 24 pec, and then the size 2 is 25 pec to 99 pec, to give you an idea. So there's a bit of range in here, and that there's some RNG and some skill level involved as well, and you can kind of see that as you progress through the skill levels with different finders. Let's do the F105. Just like with the Initiates finder, I'm going to drop double drops for this. I took off the depth enhancers because I wanted this to be just your basic F105 that anyone would have with different tier levels, obviously. But so there we go. We got Azure Pearls as our first claim. Let's try to get ourselves some ore. All right, there we got some Listerium, and it's a 4. So we had a 2 and a 4 from for our ore and our end matter. So let's dig those up and see what they're worth. So here we are with Listerium, 2.65 PED of Listerium, and 96 peck of Azure Pearls. So that's fine. We dropped, what, 1 ped for Listerium, and we got a multiplier of 2.5-ish, plus some decay. And then the Azure Pearls, we dropped 50 peck or half a ped, and we got back 96 peck. Sorry, that would be amazing. Yeah, 96 peck. So there's your multipliers there, 2-ish for these, and I think that's pretty standard. The Listerium should be, you'll see those with the F105 pretty common. It's 4s and 5s, and then 2s and 3s for end matter using the F105. So let's look at the TerraMaster 4. There we go. This is TerraMaster 4, no depth enhancers, just your standard TerraMaster 4. Doesn't have a very good tier rate, but it's my TerraMaster 4. And we got ourselves a Listerium find, and it's a small, so we've now moved up a little bit. So the F105 was a 4, and now we've got a 5 Listerium from the TerraMaster 4. Let's get some end matter. Look at me zipping right along. There's some Bruchite. Nice, quick ground find. Doesn't hurt. Okay, then immediately after my Bruchite find, I get a very poor 3 acid root. Actually, I got a double hit, but what matters here is actually the very poor. So we got a small Listerium, which is a 5, and a very poor acid root, which is a 3, and that's what you should see, the typical progression for the TerraMaster 4. Okay, so what we have here, there you are, 3.09 PD for Listerium Stone. We dropped 1 ped and probes, that's a multiplier of 3, and the acid root was 1.6 PED, which we dropped 50 peck or half a ped and probes, multiplier of 3, 1.6 ped. So there's a little bit of that decay, probably including some RNG as well. And then, there's probably something to do with skill level in this as well, whatever that contribution is. One other thing that I do want to mention, though, is in these double drops, since I've gotten quite a few of them earlier, and then I just got another one. There were a couple in between as well I didn't show, but what those indicate is they're not calculated as one drop. They're calculated separately. They're independent of one another. So keep that in mind when you get a double drop there. Each claim is calculated independent of any other claim. Before I wrap this up, I want to touch on claim sizes again one more time. So in the instance of a minimal, if you're getting Listerium Stone, which has a base value of 1 peck, then no problem. You can hit all the way up the tree. But what if you have a stone that is higher than 0.05 peck? What do you do? Well, let me show you an example. Let's start with gold stone, and we see it has a value of 1 ped per stone. Let's take another example. This is maybe the more stark example. Kurt stone. Do you remember back in a couple videos, I hit a single hit for a Kurtz, and it was I believe it was a modest, because I got 1 stone out of it. Well, I couldn't hit anything below. I couldn't hit a minimal or a tiny or a very poor or a small, because the value of the stone, of 1 Kurtz stone, is 5.6. So there's absolutely no way I could hit a smaller find than the modest, which was a 6. So keep that in mind as you get into super high value ores and end matters. I'm just using ore as an example, that there's certain claim sizes you can't hit. And when you get to an amplifier, it's even more pronounced, because now you've increased the ped value for the claim to be generated off of. So it does actually limit the claim size. That's probably about enough fun for one day. We've covered a lot of topics, but I think we have a pretty good picture now of what a claim size is, how it's generated, and how different finders affect claim size. We just did that little test, but I think we're in a much better place now to move on to finder amplifiers. And that'll be a couple of episodes from now. I'll probably finish up this series on that. And then we'll have a nice discussion about what other people would like to see. I've been getting some suggestions from people on the Twitch stream and in comments in-game and so forth. And people asking me, hey, I'd like to see this particular topic covered, this particular topic covered. And I'm going to be happy to do that. I'm definitely going to hit some of that stuff way down the road. But for now, I'm going to wrap this up. I said it was going to be short, and here we are at 10 minutes. So thank you all for watching. This is Sturge signing off. Ciao for now.